Welcome to the Mind Matters Show. I'm Dr. Craig Pohlman, and my guest is colleague Mary B. Moore. How are you doing?
Great. How are you?
Mary B. is the host of The Purposeful Parent, and in your clinical work, you use games. We've got a lot of games here to develop social, emotional, and communication skills.
Yep.
Let's talk about how games can be used to promote learning in general, reasoning, concepts, memory, maybe even attention. So we have a lot of games here. Is there one here you'd like to start with?
Yes, yes. I love Sorry. Sorry is a great game to really build problem solving, strategy. You have to think of each move, which one will be the most helpful. It's great to help build those thinking skills, self-control skills. I love it. It's a great game.
And the age here is 6 and up, so you can use this with young kids. And I believe 4 players, or can you put?
You can do 2, you can do
2 to
4.
4?
Yep.
Yeah, really good, really good for planning. Let's talk about Monopoly, because there are a lot of versions of Monopoly. Basically, there's a type of Monopoly for any interest, and the one we have here is Star Wars.
Of course, we love Star Wars.
How do you like Monopoly? How does that work?
Again, big fan of Monopoly. Again, you have to use strategy. What I love about this, too, is that it builds math skills, because you do have to do subtraction, you do have to, and addition. Again, you have to think about the next step or step ahead. It takes some collaboration with others. So
deal making.
It
introduces at a very basic level probability. Sort of what are my odds of catching the other players on my row of hotels and houses? So that makes it a lot of fun.
Right.
How about Clue?
Oh, Clue is a great game. And you can actually, they have an app now too. That's a lot of fun. That breaks it down.
A lot of these I think have apps. Yeah.
You're right. You're right. And this is the app that I'm familiar with. That's fun. But again, it's that thinking skills of helping to problem solve. You have to guess and put together clues, and it's good communication skills. Again, just a great game.
Yeah, you have to rule out possible suspects for this crime, you know, so you have to use the available information.
Yep.
Now, there are a couple of neat games here. Well, Trivial Pursuit, we know about that, and we have the 4Kids version here, ages 8 and up, great for long-term memory.
Yes, absolutely,
So,
without a doubt. I think it's a great one. I'm a big fan of the language games, too, by the way.
Yeah, talk about Bananagrams here.
And this one's been very popular with families. A lot of people know Bananagrams, and you can play it the traditional way where each player gets a set of tiles and has to create words that connect and do it before the other person. But I always like putting a different spin on a traditional game, and I love to build cooperation and communication. So a fun way to play Bananagrams is you select a category, and then the players have to work together to build a master diagram of connecting words. So for example, give me a category that you'd like to do.
Oh, off the top of my head, maybe Star Wars.
Star Wars, yes, of course. So you and I would together try to use all the tiles, ideally, which makes for a really long, great activity for the family, and come up with as many Star Wars-related words, or like of characters or places and things like that, but they do have to connect.
So it ends up looking like a big crossword puzzle with the
Exactly.
words, columns, and rows.
Lots of fun. So you can do animals. At a big family reunion, we used everybody's name, and that was a lot of fun. And then we took a picture of it, and we shared it, and we posted it, so it was a lot of fun.
We should say that these are all games that can be purchased. There are other games out there. There's backgammon, really good. It's a one-on-one game that's good for previewing, planning ahead, impulse control. Obviously, checkers and chess. There's a game called Stratego, which is kind of a stepping stone between checkers and chess. You sort of lay out your pieces and try to overtake your opponent. And Risk.
Yes.
Risk.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And I do find, though, that Risk is, the sweet age for Risk is like 8 and 9 and up.
Right.
For Risk, because it does require some deeper thinking skills, but that's a fun
game.
And
that can be a long game. We
Yes.
should mention that a lot. You mentioned earlier that you can revise some of these games, and that's important because Monopoly, if you play it to the end, it could take hours. But there are ways to shorten the game to fit it into a tighter time frame. So really great stuff. A lot of games that can be used for learning. Let's have you play a game.
Oh, okay.
We're going to play a game here called Awesomest Movie Quiz.
Okay.
All right, here's near and dear to your heart is Boba Fett from the Star Wars movie. So I'm going to ask you a question about Boba Fett. Are you ready?
Yes.
Your awesomest movie quiz question is, on what planet was Boba Fett born?
Oh, gosh. I need to practice Trivial Pursuit for my memory skill enhancement. I
I won't taunt you anymore. It's a trick question. He wasn't born. He's a clone.
Oh, God, that's right. I knew that.
On Camino. He had him on a test tube. So,
yes, yes. Jango Fett's dad, of course.
Better luck next time.
Oh.
Thanks a lot for being here. Good stuff. I'm going to have you back again. There are so many games to talk about. We could go on and on. Okay. But in the meantime, I'm Dr. Craig Pohlman for Mind Matters, where we are saving the world one cool game at a time.